Good day. My name is Mark Warzakowski, and I am the Chief Information Security Officer for the town of Cheektowaga. I'm here to provide the board a brief overview of the town's cyber resilience strategy for 2026 and to provide the board with an overview of the state of the town's security posture. In 2025, our security leadership team witnessed a sharp rise in AI-based vector attacks that previously weren't areas of deep concern, but now have increasingly become needs for daily resolve. With agentic AI-based attacks, our organization has become a focal point of malicious activity, and our approach to a hardened security posture is only possible by having many layers of security as we can possibly manage. What AI has accomplished in a short period of time is nothing short than extraordinary, as it has handedly peeled away layers of security in our multi-layered environment and has changed its focus from being very sophisticated and highly orchestrated to foraging the lowest hanging fruit, our end users. In the security arena, the end user was always considered the weakest link. That may still be true, but our team strongly feels that an educated user is the best user and the best attack that we can have on a cybersecurity posture. Our crown jewels that we refer to in our organization that we need to protect are items like Microsoft's Active Directory, Microsoft's Office 365 environment, our law enforcement and case management, and investigative work, our justice court, and all the requirements of that agency. Our team would like to focus in 2026 primarily on educating the end user through multiple webinars, Teams meetings, game and role-based activities, just a continued email phishing campaigns, just a continuous attack on the education factor of the end user. It is only with this continuous refreshers and events and education that will drive our organization to adopt a robust and resilient operating environment by which nature will protect the crown jewels we require for operational continuity. New York State enforces mandatory cybersecurity requirements for municipalities and public authorities like ours. To bolster our security posture, key mandates require reporting incidents within 72 hours, ransom payments within 24 hours to the New York State Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Services, annual employee awareness, and comprehensive data protection protocols. Core municipal securities mandate incident and ransom reportings that municipalities must report all cybersecurity events within 72 hours of detection. And if ransom is demand received, notice must be given within 24 hours alongside a detailed follow-up. Mandatory training for local government employees who use technology must be completed annually. State-approved cyber awareness training during compensated work hours. IT governance and policies is very important for our department to implement password and written IT policies and wireless security policies, secure password standards, and restricted unauthorized remote access. Disaster recovery plans. Entities like our agency must implement and periodically test offline data backups to ensure business continuity in the event of a ransom or malware attack. The New York State Office of Information Technology has adopted an information security policy, which I will then send to the board, a link to the board to review at a later time, wherein they have mandated security protocols and guidelines requiring strict adherence for state support in the event of a cyber attack. In June 2025, our Governor Kathy Hochul signed into legislation S7672A and A6769A to improve our state's ability to respond to threats, safeguard critical infrastructure, and reduce statewide cybersecurity risks. This legislation mandates that all municipalities and public authority promptly report cybersecurity incidents and ransom payments to DHSES, fortifying the statewide defense against digital threats. Under the new law, the municipalities and public authorities are required to make these reports within the timeframes allotted. This legislation also mandates the annual cybersecurity awareness training for government employees across the state to set data protection standards for state-mandated information systems. With funding from the board, in 2025's fiscal year, we obtained a $3 million cybersecurity insurance policy, as well as partnered with our security partners to add an additional $1 million of cybersecurity insurance protection. The cyber threats that municipalities face have never been more numerous, more sophisticated, or more dangerous, and coordinated whole-of-government information sharing is more important than ever to tackle these threats. This legislation will enable New York State to build situational awareness of statewide cybersecurity threat activity and create a comprehensive threat picture that can protect all New York State employees. Ensuring that state and local government employees complete annual cybersecurity awareness training adds another layer of cyber defense and empowers government employees statewide to recognize and respond to cyber threats. Government ransomware payouts are well documented. For example, Riviera Beach, Florida, the city council unanimously paid to pay a $600,000 ransom in Bitcoin to hackers who locally attacked their local computer systems, disabling their email and 911 dispatch center. Lake City, Florida. Following the Riviera Beach incident, Lake City's government agreed to pay $460,000 in ransom payments to restore email and other servers seized by ransomware operators. While some governments have chosen to pay, major federal law enforcement and cybersecurity agencies strongly discourage paying ransom demands, as doing so fuels further attacks. For instance, in Baltimore, Maryland, the city was crippled by the Robin Hood ransomware, and hackers demanded $76,000. But the city's leadership refused to pay, and it resulted in a cleanup and recovery cost that exceeded $18 million. We can all recognize that our own major trauma center in our county was attacked by ransomware in 2020. A ransom of $400,000 was demanded. The city, county government and law departments decided not to pay and involve law enforcement. It then cost them over $40 million in recovery costs, not to mention 4 months of downtime and all the lost revenues that were associated with that. Fulton County, after being hit, also refused to pay, and their entire county services were shut down for an extended period of time, warranting the Department of Justice to eventually issue a $10 million reward for information leading to the attackers. Organizations are encouraged to implement strict data backup procedures and report incidents to the FBI's Crime Complaint Center or your local CISO office rather than facilitating payouts. Ensuring the cybersecurity of our organization, which has been on the CISO high-risk list since 2020, and in September of that year, we highlighted the need for the state government to develop and execute a more comprehensive strategy for statewide cybersecurity and global cyber protection. Since 2020, there were over 3,300 recommendations that could improve our municipality's cybersecurity posture. As of December 2025, more than 750 of those recommendations have not yet been implemented. We also have ongoing work related to ransomware, including examining how state and municipal government strategizes and builds allies to combat cybercrime, protect law enforcement cybersecurity assets, and aid neighboring state and local governments to promote their security efforts. It is only with the continued support of our executive board that we can continue to improve our security posture and cyber resilience at the enterprise level. I thank the board for their time today and look forward to working with you and our town to secure the environment this year.